Hey there guys, NexGenStriker here, and like I promised, I'm going to be reviewing Young Justice Season 2 or Young Justice Invasion, whichever you want to call it. Reviewing the entire series as a whole. I was not able to review the episodes individually because I've been at college for most of the time that they came on and I couldn't record, so I wanted to dedicate, a review to the whole season because I thought it was a great series. And I'm not going to be reviewing Season 1 because, like I said, Season 1 was a long time ago. So I'll review Season 2 and then give my thoughts on which one I think is better. Season 1, Season 2, probably in a separate video. But I had to change scenery. It's outside, there'll be cars zooming by and birds. But aside from that, it's a change of scenery, whatever. So, Season 2 changed a lot. We start off with Robin and Batman talking about the 16 hours that were missing. And then all of a sudden we get this 5-year jump, which was a big deal. I mean, honestly, I would have liked to see the younger team just a little bit more, but we didn't get to see them. They're a little bit older. We didn't get to see them as much. Aqualad, he had turned evil for a while. We thought Nightwing, he's the leader of the team now. Kid Flash and Artemis had gone into retirement, and Miss Martian and Superboy were more or less side characters, except that their romance had been cut off. They were important here and there, not too important though, they weren't the focus. Really the focus of the season was, of course, Blue Beetle becoming a puppet of the Reach and then being freed, and then Impulse trying to save the future from Blue Beetle and the other Beetles and the Reach and all that stuff. So, really interesting season. It starts off, I'm going to try to go over the episodes. Well, the overall plot structure, I'm going to, not be able to talk about everything because, quite frankly, this season has been going on for, it feels like, years. Cartoon Network has put this thing on hiatus so many times, it's hard to even remember what's going on with it at this point, but I did get an overlook, and I'm going to miss some things because there's so much happened in the season. But yeah, I'm going to give my overall thoughts. So, it starts off, and, they're trying to figure out what's going on. There's this secret alien invasion. So, they send a team, well, Nightwing sends 3 different teams, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. I think it was just 3, right? 3. And they go and find out all these Kroltan Zeta 2 bases and smash those, while at the same time, Superboy and Miss Martian are on the Reach's planet, or whatever, the Kroltans where they all hang out, and they figure out what happened in the 16 hours, and they come back. They attack the main Kroltan base with all the Justice League. Well, not all the Justice League, but like the ones that go with the team, That was really cool. I really liked that. And that was a really cool episode. One of my favorites, by the way. And then, the team, or the Justice League, they go off and they leave, and then things just go really, really bad after that. I mean, things just got really bad, and there were some other side stories. Like, one of my favorite side stories was the Red Arrow side story, where he's, like, really bummed, and he's like, oh, man, this part of me is missing, I gotta find him, and, I thought that was a really interesting story, which is, I really missed Red Arrow after Arsenal basically came in. Red Arrow disappeared until the very end, and he's just in it for like 2 seconds, so that was kind of disappointing. But of course, it's really the same character, so it'd be kind of weird to have them both on at the same time with the same voice actor. So I understand they wanted to develop Arsenal, and he was a pretty interesting character as well. A lot of people seem to like him, so that's cool. And that whole story with him and Cheshire being together and then divorced, and then now they're back together, I guess, with their baby. And that was really interesting, and I liked how, I think one of the best episodes was when Arsenal's death was faked. Like, that was just so awesome, and such an emotional episode, because Artemis, not Arsenal, Artemis is one of my favorite characters. I'd say my favorites would be Dick Grayson, Robin / Nightwing, Wally West, and Artemis, and unfortunately, Wally West, something happens to him. If you haven't seen the whole season, you're probably not watching this anyway, so I'll spoil everything. But her death gets faked, and I was thinking the whole time, I was like, man, Wally's really gonna feel bad for that happening, but turns out it's just a big plan all along, and that blew my mind away. I was like, wow, I never saw that coming, and that was a great reveal. And then after that, Aqualad's trying to prove his worth to his father, Black Manta, by destroying the cave and doing all this other stuff. And then, of course, Before the Dawn, that episode was just phenomenal. Oh, that episode was so good, so good. And then, Miss Martian brain blasts him, and then later she has to fix that with Tigress without blowing on their cover, which was really cool. I really like seeing that. And of course, Simon, I wonder if he's out of his coma yet, but now let's see what else happens. Sportsmaster gets replaced with Deathstroke, which Deathstroke's the man. You don't beat Deathstroke. Like, I really wish he'd gotten more screen time. I really wish him and Nightwing would have fought or something, but it's okay, you know. Deathstroke, he would have got more attention in Season 3, if there is a Season 3, which I'll discuss towards the end. And let's see, what else happened? I mean, really, a lot happens, and it's really just hard to go over the entire series, but you guys get what I'm going at. And then Cornered, see, these are the episodes I start remembering because I've seen these more recently. Cornered was the episode where they fought in the Hall of Justice and it got just completely ruined. That was the one episode I thought was filler, honestly. That episode really didn't have a point, for the most part, so that was the only episode that I didn't really like. But the other ones are pretty cool. You know, we got to see Static, which, again, another character I love seeing in his little group called the Runaways, which later disbanded. But overall, that was pretty cool. I knew Static was the only important one, so it's nice that they kind of got rid of them. I mean, I'm sure everyone liked them, but, you know, they were more or less the cultural diversity group, so they weren't really that important to begin with. So seeing Static was really cool. And I knew Black Lightning being in it, him and Static would get together at some point, and what do you know? They do. That's, again, another really great thing that they let on, and him being called Static at the end. Oh, that was so good, so good. And then, oh gosh, what else happens? War World comes to Earth. I thought that was a really cool thing. And then, you know, they've got the team disappearing and Nightwing figuring out that Blue Beetle's evil, and then they have to fix him. That whole arc was pretty interesting, although towards the end, I think they did kind of tie things up really, really fast. And, yeah, and then we get to the finale where we think Artemis and Kid Flash, or not Artemis and Aqualad both die. We think they die, and then it's just all fake out, and there's this big brawl. That was one of the best episodes they've ever made. Seeing Kid Flash again, oh, that was so cool. And another episode I really liked aside from that one was when Impulse came to the past, I guess, yeah, the past, present, whatever. That was a really good one. And Before the Dawn and episode 19, that was all really good. And I really liked that episode. And then the last episode, you know, they stopped Black Beetle from destroying the Earth and doing all that stuff. And one of my favorite characters dies, Kid Flash. Why'd you have to die? I mean, that was a really nice way, you know, him, Impulse becoming the Kid Flash, and then him dying was a really great thing, but I'm still sad that he's dead, and now Artemis is Tigress for a while, and, you know, that sucks, and it's really sad, but I guess that's just the way it has to be. I think he's going to come back, though, honestly. If they do make a Season 3, because him becoming light, I feel like he would come back at some point because of the Speed Force, you know, and he would be even faster. He'd be as fast as the Flash, and then the Flash would probably die, and he would become the Flash, so Impulse could be Kid Flash. That's just how I would do it, and they want to do a Season 3. The creators themselves said, hey, I would love to do a Season 3. It's just Cartoon Network calling them back with this merchandise problem, which, hey, I didn't see a single advertisement for their toys when I watched it on DC Nation, so I don't want to hear Cartoon Network. Pitiful excuse. You're just giving us the middle fingers, really, all they're doing. So, overall, season was great. Cornered was really the only episode where I thought it wasn't that good, honestly. And I don't know if this is just me, but after Before the Dawn, up towards the end, it wasn't really as interesting as the first half, but I still liked it. It might be different for some people, but I don't know. Overall, I love the season. I thought it was great. So, you know, hopefully we'll get a Season 3 with the end Darkseid being shown off. Oh, if they thought the Reach was bad, Darkseid, oof, he's bad news. He's bad news. And I guess another thing I really missed was the fact that the Justice League was not in this one very much. You know, the main ones, I really did miss that. I just like, in Season 1, we got to see them all the time, and this one, not so much. I kind of missed that, but, you know, it was necessary for the plot structure and the arc, so stuff has to happen. There are a lot of characters. It all makes sense. It's excusable. So, overall, great season. I'm not going to rate it. That's kind of weird, but, yeah, overall, great season. I thought it was fantastic. Satisfied and enjoyed it the whole way through. I'm going to have to read the comics now because that's really my only source of entertainment for Young Justice. And I'm not going to play the game because, quite frankly, it looks like it's going to be crap. But I might look up the story since it's supposed to be canon. So, yeah. I guess that's really all we have left. We'll just... Look, guys, you guys have done a great job. All of you fans who've been fighting Cartoon Network for wanting a Season 3 of Young Justice. Personally, I think it's going to happen. Reason being, Beware the Batman, it's going to bomb. Teen Titans Go, I think it might be popular, but with all you guys boycotting and overall, Beware the Batman's going to be an awful show. I can already tell. So if that gets canceled, Young Justice is coming back. Just saying, I think it's going to come back. So I can see that possibility. But you guys have been great. All of your reviewers out there, the Stirk Show and the Wonderful Soul, I think is your name. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. But you two, I really enjoyed your reviews. I know there are more reviewers out there, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit around all day and watch everybody. But yeah, and the award show's coming up. I look forward to that. And I guess that's really all I had to say. What are your thoughts on Season 2 of Young Justice? Tell me below in the comments, and like if you like, and sub if you like, and I'll catch you guys later.